So today I'm going to bike through the island and not round it. Not every day you see a chicken and a cockerel walking for a village. I've got a lot deeper in here now. I might be in the middle already. It's very humid because you're surrounded by the trees, so you're not getting the sea air. I think I might have got my information wrong. When I said about the Irish pub, that was an Irish bar. I've just found the pub. So that is the pub. It's right in the centre. Okay, this is to the beach, but I think it's east of the island, and I want to go north of the island, or south. I think it's north. So I'm going to go down there, but I think it's not far from where I've come from. Daniel will see this, and he'll think there's either a hostel or the Wombats has turned into B&Bs. Daniel, there is not a Wombats hostel on Gili, just to let you know. They're only in Europe. He'll be scratching his head. He's probably still trying to work out about chicken and spaghetti from the Christmas video. That's why he's not been on video recently. He's still trying to work it out. So I'm still biking through. It's surprising how much you see by biking through than biking around. If you're doing this over by air, you'll see nothing. And the best thing about, one of the best things about Gili, or all the Gili Islands, there's no dogs. I don't like dogs. I'm scared of dogs. There's no cars, and there's no motorbikes like Hanoi. They were doing my... There. Look at that little baby cow. Look at all those palm trees. Look, there's a horse. There's loads of them. And there's more around here. I've seen so many palm trees. So guess what? I made it to the beach, but I don't think I'm fully to the other side. I don't think I'm fully through. I don't know what happened. I thought it was going the right way, and the path directed me, someone directed me, and I don't think I've actually got that further away from my hotel as I started. But it was still a decent exercise. Look at that. And it is raining here, but I've basically got the whole beach to myself. It's like a desert island. There's a horse coming up there. Wow. As you see, I have had to stop for a little while. There's a bit of a tropical shower on. I'm underneath a tree. I am getting a little bit wet now, which is where I've got waterproofs. It's getting heavier all the time. As I filmed this, it's got even heavier. It's a bit wet. It's been raining heavy for like the last hour now, and it's just got heavier again. It slows down, then it gets even heavier. Look at that, how that's coming down. But at least it's sunny over there. Please stop. So after an hour and a half, I've started biking again. There's puddles everywhere and I'm a bit wet. After getting wet earlier on, I've had to buy some new clothes. I'm dry now. I've got a new hoodie, a new hat, like the one I had before. And I bought a t-shirt as well, long sleeve t-shirt. At least I'm dry now after getting soaked. Morning. Hopefully it's not going to rain today. I don't want another day like yesterday and the day before. Yesterday, I got soaked. If you watched the previous video, everyone's commenting how soaked I got in that. I got really soaked yesterday. All these mud paths were absolutely soaked last night after it rained in the afternoon. You wouldn't tell it even rained yesterday. It's bone dry. Come to Sunset Point on Gili to record the sunset. We're about 13 minutes off the official sunset of 6:17. That's how the sky is looking at the moment. Look at the reflection in the water. That should get a bit better as the sun sets. Just sat down on the sand. I've had to be careful where I sit because you might end up with some coal up your bum. There's a bit of coal here, I'll show you. A little bit there. So we're now about 6 minutes of the official sunset time. It looks amazing. It actually looks better on film than what I'm seeing. It really brings it up on this camera. So we're now 2 minutes off the official sunset. Load of horses in the background because they charge people to get a picture with the sunset on a horse. I think that's a waste of money. I won't be doing that. This girl is having a picture taken on a horse. The horse has just had a wee. We'll have a number 2 as well. Nope, not yet. The sun has officially just set and that horse has gone away over there. It's had it wee. At least it's not got in the way of my picture like those 2 people did. The sky is absolutely beautiful. One thing I have noticed in Southeast Asia is how quick it gets dark as soon as the sunset has set. It set about 5 minutes ago and it's not far from being pitch black. Looks a bit blue there on camera, but I can tell you from my eyes it looks grey and not blue. Morning. I've been on this island for 2 days and I've just discovered there's a bank on the island. I'm actually now about to leave the island to go to Gili, but I've come up with this ingenious plan. So instead of just doing Gili, I'm going to do a snorkeling tour and then they're going to drop me off afterwards. What a great idea. So for the last time on this island, that's the view I can see. I'm going to, not that island, the island behind it. So I just left Gili Tea. I'm now going to Gili, but I'm going on this snorkeling trip first. They're all in there seeing the statues in the sea, but I'm not going in because I'm scared of deep water. I'm okay in water if I can stand in it. This is too deep for me. So this is where I've just had lunch. The rest of the group have gone. They've gone swimming. I've stayed on the island because I'm going to stay on Gili for the next, at least the next couple of days. Morning. Today I'm on Gili. I'm going to do a tour of the island because I wasn't able to do it yesterday because when I got here it was getting dark. I now have a new bike because I'm on a different island. One thing I have noticed, the roads are so much better. There's not many dirt paths like on Gili Tea, which makes it so much easier to ride. Look, that path is so much better. Look at the coconuts, they're yellow, and they're yellow on all the islands and not green like everywhere else. And one thing I've got to say, yesterday I went to a restaurant and the owner was Italian and I spoke to a really nice person and I had a little bit of tapas actually because the chef was Spanish. And I said, what's his opinion on pineapple on pizzas? And he said the same as me, it should be illegal. This is the main street. And there's a horse and cart just come past. We have made it to the harbour and I'm going to start biking around the island like I did in Gili Tea. But Gili is smaller than Gili Tea, so it shouldn't take us long. And the paths look better. Oh, we have hit a bit of a problem. As you see, most of the path is washed away, but I think I can get through that little gap. Oh, maybe they do need to rebuild this. And that is from the other side. The hole is huge. Because right at the end, that's where the whole path is. Look, built up there. So it's like 10 meters that hole is. More broken path. I don't even know if I'm going to make it around this island because I've only gone about 400 meters from the harbour and I've already found like 2 broken paths. So I've just gone past the place I ate yesterday where I was dropped off on Gili and I spoke to the manager there and everything. And I know that the path is better going around now, because the horse, when they took me to my hotel yesterday, went this way. Down there is loads of like restaurants, and I have noticed with this island, stuff is a lot more spread out than Gili, which is better because Gili, everything's in one place. Look how nice that is. I think I like this island a lot better than Gili because this is calmer. That's the distance of how far I am from cities. Munich, 11,794 kilometers. I was in Munich last June with Daniel. So I'm biking around the island and just come across the place what are doing crepes. So I've stopped here. I'm going to have a crepe and a banana juice. If Marlo was here, she would drink my banana juice and drink hers. She's a nightmare. The same thing has happened as when me and Michael were together, which really annoyed both of us. I'm eating my crepe and then some woman comes up and trying to sell bracelets. I've got a mouthful of crepe. I don't want a bracelet. I find it so rude trying to sell something when someone's eating. Next thing, there'll be someone selling sunglasses, cards and lighters. I don't want any of them. Can they go? As you see, I've almost drunk all my banana juice, but I've noticed one thing with the straw. The name of the restaurant is on the straw. Never seen that before. There is a new bike, and as you can see, Noddy has caught up because I left him at the hotel and he's jumped in the basket. He's a nightmare. That crepe and banana juice only cost me just over £3, which is brilliant. There is a big difference with the quality roads in Gili and Gili. Around the island of Gili, the roads are awful. Through the island, they're amazing, and it's the opposite of Gili. But now I'm having to walk with the bike because the road is covered in sand and I can't ride in it. So hopefully I don't have to walk 10 miles. A little sandy beach or a bay. As you see, it's a sand road, so it's hard to ride in. Like Gili and the other one, Gili Minnow, they have electric motorbikes in Gili. And I've just seen what I've seen before on these islands. Kids riding them. If Marlo was here, she'd be riding a motorbike. It's electric. Look, there's a swing in the sea, but because the tide's high at the moment, you can't really swing on it unless you swing in the water, which that person just did. Didn't really work that well. This is really, really hard work pushing a bike in the sand. A lot of this path is sand and you can't ride on it. It's an absolute nightmare. And there is some palm trees, and in the distance are some cows. Far distance, you can see one eating the grass there. So that island there in the distance is Gili Minnow, and Gili is behind it. I am never biking round this island again. This is hard work. Off on the bike. I must have walked half of the island instead of biking because of sand. I'm now seeing Gili Minnow, the beginning of it. It means I'm only half the way around because the other side was Lombok and you couldn't see Gili Minnow from that side. Oh no, not more sand. Fresh coconut, anyone? They look like they've just been picked today. This is the hardest bike ride I have ever done. I've been on the bike for 2 hours. Most of the time I've had to push it through sand. It's hard enough to push the bike through sand. Riding in it is impossible. I'm never doing this ride again. I'll be biking through the island from now on, not around. I managed to bike around Gili. Never again. Don't recommend it. I'm now going to go back to the hotel to take some dehydration tablets because I think I'm probably very dehydrated. So I feel so much better now after taking the dehydration tablets. I'm not dehydrated anymore. I was when I was filming that video earlier on. But this is going to be the end of the video. Please like, share and subscribe. I'll see you next time.